This is Rob Tebbutt for ID Boxing. Delighted to be joined by the new British super lightweight champion, Dalton Smith. It's the morning after the night before here in Sheffield. Dalton, first and foremost, congratulations, the new British champion.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, good night. That's what dreams are made of, especially like the atmosphere and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm happy I'm British champion now. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it now.
We spent a little bit of time with you during the day yesterday, so just start with how the day started for you. Just another day for you. Did it feel any different headlining in Sheffield and boxing for the British title?
To be honest, I've said it even like for the few weeks building up, and it didn't feel like it was any different to any other fight. I was just like, I'm fighting on the August 6th. And that's just how it was. So I never felt like there was pressure or I needed to force anything to try and perform. Like, it's probably the calmest I've been for any of my fights. So it was a weird feeling.
You've just touched on the atmosphere there. It was some atmosphere. You had the band playing, a big entrance, Arctic Monkeys, which went down a treat.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's somewhat of a blur, but if you can, just try and relive that entrance for me.
From what I can remember, I need to watch it back, but I remember like stood there ready to come out, and I was thinking, wow, like I didn't expect it to be like this. So yeah, just overwhelmed by the support what I had, and the people who came out to support us. It was just a great atmosphere.
Speak to me about remember the band playing. We spoke last night after the show about a few years back, certain Mr. Ricky Hatton having a similar support, and you being there on that night must have brought back some happy memories.
Yeah, it did bring. I think it might have been you I mentioned it to before when Ricky had his comeback fight. All the videos, obviously, I used to go running and have that playing on my earphones, and imagine it was me walking out when I was running. So obviously when I was doing my ring walk there and the band was playing, it brought back them flashbacks and them memories. So yeah, it was just a good feeling. I don't think it'll really sink in till I go back and watch it, but yeah, the atmosphere was great.
The fight itself, Sam O'Mason, somebody you've known for a long time. Describe the first round in particular. First round, you'd be forgiven for having a few butterflies and going out there and trying to assert yourself on him. You were very calm, very relaxed in there. Sum up the early rounds of the fight for me.
Yeah, I can't even remember much, but I think them early rounds it was pretty cagey, just getting the distance. Knew what Sam was going to do. He was just waiting for me to try and fall in, and he was going to counter me. So that's why not much really happened at the beginning, because you could tell he was anxious to commit. He knew when he committed I was going to counter him, so that's why he was cagey to, commit. And obviously me going forward, he was just waiting to try and counter me. So I think it took me around or so just to find the range, and then I think as the rounds went on, I just started breaking him down. And I think that's what most of my performances have been like. Once I find their rhythm and their approach to the fight, and once I've got the rhythm and their movement, that's when you see each round you see me chip away at them. And then I always say it's very rare you'll see me blast someone out in 1-2 rounds. It takes me 1, 2, 3 rounds to catch the rhythm, catch the flow, suss out what they're doing, where they want to position themselves. And then if most of my stoppages have been like rounds 4, 5, 6, because that's when I seem to step up the gas.
Right hand worked a treat, dropped him with it in the third round heavily. It was there for you pretty much every time you threw it after that. How significant was that shot? Was it something that you'd planned on specifically for Sam, or was it something that you'd worked out while you were in there?
To be honest, we never really worked on that shot. Because on Sam's previous fights, he used to come out and go to my right. So if he used to come out and constantly go right. So we was expecting him, for me to commit, he was going to step back, dip low, and come round right. But obviously I just felt him, he was stepping back and leaning. Because his game plan was to make me fall short, he was just taking a little step back, but then he was pulling away with it. So that's why I dipped down to I always seem to catch southpaws with it anyway. I step through to my left and then bring it over. Because I felt it was leaning back. I think I tried it once in the first round, just came short. But yeah, once I got my range, I couldn't miss with it.
You had him hurt in that third round, as I've mentioned there. He got up, I think he had about 45 seconds or so to go to the end of the round. You tried him a little bit, but wasn't quite ready to go then.
Yeah, it's full credit to Sam. It shows he's trained his arse off for the fight. His conditioning was great. Because when he was going down, you know, I didn't think that he was going to get up the way he went down. You know, but then he kept bouncing back up. Don't know what kept him bouncing back up, but you know, credit to him. But he, I think after the first knockdown, obviously the whole occasion, the crowd, you know, you get a little bit eager. You know, so I just sat back, enjoyed it, and then you know the stoppage eventually came.
One of the things that seemed to kind of be spoken about yesterday on social media is the fact that you're poised in there. You never seem to be rushed. It always seems like you've got a lot of time in there. Is that something that you felt you've had to develop over the years, or is it something that you're continually working on as a pro?
Yeah, it's something we've been working on, especially like, obviously when you throw in, you're ready to go again. But I'm very good at controlling the pace. You know, I said it before, like I've been sparring Jack Catterall, and he's very good at not doing much, but he can control the pace. You know, without throwing shots. And when we spar, because we both pretty good at doing that, we can go through stages of spar where not much happens. You know, and I think I learned a lot through sparring Jack with that. You know, the way he can control a fight by not doing anything. You know, the way he moves his feet, the little movements he does. You know, I think that showed that I probably did that more in that fight. You know, it's really slowed the pace down. And then I think it might be in round 5. Ryan must have said to him, look, you're not going to win this fight unless you change something. Then for a round and a half, he tried putting it on the front foot. So I just went for a little run. And then I took the centre of the ring and basically just stopped. And literally just didn't really move. And then it's like slowed the pace down again. And then, you know, he didn't really know what to do after that. Because obviously he tried to, you know, put me on the back foot, but, you know, I controlled it by not doing anything.
This man sat to my left, your father and trainer, of course, Grant Smith, who was very, very happy after the fight. Not always very, very happy, I think it's fair to say. What did he say to you in between rounds and after the fight about your performance?
Just don't get too eager, obviously, because we knew Sam he's a dangerous, obviously he's a tricky fighter. He came from the Ingle style. He's got good footwork, and obviously you look at his previous fights, his stoppages, the heavy knockouts. You know, so we knew he's obviously a big puncher, but to be honest, like I think I got caught with 2 left hooks in the fight. You know, and I heard the crowd like go when it landed. But I just thought if that's landing clean and it had zero effect on me. You know, that's when the respect of his power went. You know, and then I started walking him down.
And of course, it was not only your father there last night, but of course a Steel City gym. There was Nico Levars and the one and only Junaid Bostan, who I saw cheering you on from across the ring, was very much involved in the evening. Must be great to headline a show and have 2 of your stablemates who you're very close with on the undercard as well. Yeah,
you know, it's a great feeling, me headlining and having the gym lads on the undercard. But like I said yesterday, I've not really processed it yet. You know, the whole build up to the fight, I just took it. Look, it's another fight. You know, I didn't put pressure on myself. You know, but I'll go away this week. You know, just wind down a little bit. You know, and I'll process it. But you know, they both box well, so you know, we all got the win. That's the main thing.
And of course, backstage with that new British title, giving it to your granddad. Lovely moments back there. You had the band back there. Can you remember much of that? You remember giving the belt to your granddad?
Yeah, I remember giving it to him. He's always emotional, and you know he's my biggest supporter. So you know, every time I win, every time I achieve something, you know it means a lot to him. So it's just good for him to see the journey.
So obviously after the holiday,
Yep.
What comes next for Dalton Smith? Because that's a big win, a headline in your own show, in your own city. What comes next for you?
You know, obviously up to my dad, up to Sean at STN. See where we go from there. Maybe we defend it, we move on. Obviously, I'd love to win it outright.
Just move it away from there you go.
To pull that off.
Feel bad for telling you to take off your jewellery. It's very nice jewellery, but yeah.
Yep, no, we're good. But no, like it's up to my team. You know, they put opponents in place, they put dates in front of me, and I just go to the gym, train, and then turn up and fight. It's my job.
Well, your stablemate Florian Marku last night said that you're the best 140-pounder in the world already.
Yeah.
Just your reaction to that?
You know, Florian's the man. Obviously, you know, I believe I'm one of the best 140-pound fighters. You know, I want to be world champion one day. So obviously, the confidence is there in me. But like I said, that was my 12th fight. I've got many more fights to go until I reach that, you know, top world level. You know, the ability's there, but you need the experience. You need the little inside tricks. you know, just the all-round season pro tricks, you know, what you learn along the way. So, you know, I'm 25. I don't need to rush things. You know, I'm just gonna enjoy the journey.
Final quick couple ones from me before I let you go. I do appreciate your time the morning after the fight.
Yep.
A comparison that I'm sure you'll be happy to hear on social media last night was Mr. Canelo Alvarez. People talking about Canelo Alvarez. Obviously, we know, and people who have watched our stuff in the past will know that your dog's named after Canelo Alvarez.
Name, yeah.
Must be great to hear that sort of comparison and compliments from both sides of the Atlantic as well.
Yeah, of course. I think even from my amateur days, I always got compared to Canelo Alvarez. You know, I used to watch and study him a lot anyway, but you know, I think I've got that, you know, that sharp, calm, you know, explosive power as well. And yeah, it's not bad to get compared to one of the pound-for-pound best in the world, is it? So, you know, I'll take that.
Yeah, I've certainly been compared to much worse people than Canelo Alvarez, so that's a good one for you. Final one for me, the whole week, the build-up, and not just this week, but of course in the past, you've seen the support from Sheffield Wednesday, your beloved Sheffield Wednesday Football Club. You had all of the songs last night, of course, your Sheffield Wednesday kit and what have you. Must be great to have that support last night, and see Barry Bannon and a few of the other guys coming along to see you last night.
That's it, you know, it's, like I said before, it's heartwarming. And especially like with the club getting behind me and stuff, you know, I've never had to push that or force it. They're the ones who they're messaging me all the time. We want to do this. Is there any more tickets? We want to promote them. And you know what? It's just like, you know, I feel like I've got a lot to give back to them. You know, and my way of giving back is to bring nights back like last night, so you know, they can turn up and be rowdy, get pissed up, and you know, and do what they want to do. But no, it's not only the club as well. I think it was a split in there. You know, most of Sheffield came out to support me last night, so you know, I have a lot to thank, you know, for my city. So yeah, onwards and upwards. We keep building that support, and you know, we keep, you know, a few more thousand next fight, a few more thousand after that, and then you know, be selling out big stadiums.
Operation Hillsborough, very much on.
That's the one, 100%.
Okay, Dalton, thanks very much for your time. Do appreciate it. Congratulations again on your win. I'm going to sit down and speak to your dad now because I know he's desperate for an interview, as he always is. Thanks very much for speaking to ID Boxing, and once again, congratulations on your win last night.
Thank you.